Hello everybody, Erica Serwin here from Pink Buckaroo Designs, and I've got a fun cupcake box to show you today. You can see in there, it's actually a mini cupcake. This stamp set, let me show you, is a celebration stamp, which means it's free. You can only get it for free when you spend $50 between January 3rd and March 31st, 2019. This is probably my favorite stamp set in the whole celebration catalog. It's just fun and whimsical, and I adore it. Now, what better could we make with a stamp set called Hello Cupcake than a cupcake box? That was the first idea that came to my mind, so that's what we're going to do. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description over to my blog that has this PDF. This is a Facebook Friday that I do on Facebook each week, and this was a project I did over there, and this is the clean recording. It has all the product information as well as all those measurements you're going to need here in a little while to make this box. So make sure you hop over there and you grab that. All right, so the cupcakes I used are the mini cupcakes. You can get these pretty much anywhere. I got these at Target, but I've seen them at all of our grocery stores locally. Mini cupcakes, it's kind of a nice little treat and not overwhelming. So that's what I have in here. All right, well, let's get started. The first thing that you're gonna need is a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock that measures 7.5 by 10.5. And I'm going to use my Simply Scored, and we're going to score the long side at first 1/2 inch, and then 3 inches, 5.5, and 8. Now turn it to the short side and score the short side at 2.5, 5, and then 7. Now we're going to do quite a bit of trimming here, and I want to show you what it's going to look like. Sometimes when I'm making something, I like to just look at the finished cut project to help me remember. I sometimes even take a picture of it on my phone for later reference so I can go back and say, okay, now how did I cut that? So this is what it's going to look like, okay? All right, the first thing before we cut that I recommend you do is get a bone folder. And actually, we're going to fold the skinny tab right here that we did on the short side. We're going to fold it backwards. And then we're going to fold everything else in to itself, if that makes sense. It'll make sense to you, I promise, here in a little while. That back side that I folded is actually the top, and it bends forward, helps kind of seal up that box. All right, so fold them all. I'm not sure if I did all of them the right direction. Actually, doesn't really matter at this point. But just give them a good firm run with your bone folder, and you'll be secure that it'll stay together nicely and go together nicely. All right, so here's the long side. We've got this 1/2 inch right here. I'm actually going to cut off the two top and bottom tabs like this. I'm also going to cut these at an angle. I like to cut my tabs at an angle. That helps kind of make our seams go together a little bit easier. All right, now down here, let's put the tab to the left side. Down here, just cut all of these apart. You can use your paper trimmer if you'd like, or you can just use your scissors. Now we're going to cut away this section and this section, okay? So very carefully cut those away. It's like making a big puzzle piece. And then this one in the middle is a little bit trickier because we've got to get along that edge right there. So what I'm going to do is fold those in so I can have easier access to it and cut it off. All right, so let's look at it again. There we have it. This is all of the cutting that you need to do, but we need to put a circle right here for our window. So I'm going to take my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to fit it all the way in and punch it, okay? Now, before we actually start to assemble our box, let's make our little window here, our little piece that is going to make that frame. And I'm not sure where my white piece went? Here it is. Here it is. All right, take your 1 3/4 inch circle and punch that. You can save that circle for a future project. We don't need it. What we need is the outline. Now take your starburst punch and go right around it. You see where this is going? We're making that frame that goes around. Now I would recommend you probably use the fine tip glue pen to stick this on, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to use some glue dots because it'll take us it'll take about 5 or 10 minutes to make sure that that liquid glue is dry. And if you know me, you know I'm messy with the liquid glue anyway, so I prefer to use many glue dots all the time. All right, so let's stick that down on the front side. Now flip it over, and back here you're going to take a piece of window sheet. A window sheet is something Stampin' Up! Sells in the annual catalog, and it's just a piece of acetate, and it's great. I use it all the time to make windows and shaker boxes. All right, we're going to cut a piece of this. This is 2 by 2.5. And again, you could use tear-in tape here, but for the sake of the video, look how fast and easy it is to just pick up these glue dots. And the window isn't really holding anything in, so I'm not too concerned about it being secure like I would be on a shaker box. Let's see. All right, we're gonna put this right over there. And now we're ready to assemble. So here on this skinny tab, you're gonna use some tear-in tape, or you can use fast fuse. If you have any left. Our fast fuse retired, and I have a drawer full of refills because I love it so much. All right, now take this and fold it right over. Those ends should meet up perfectly like that. Now we need to fold up the bottom. So fold these 2 sides in, and we don't need to worry too much. This is a little mini cupcake. It's not like it's holding a pound of chocolate. But go ahead and make sure you use a good adhesive. And I'm folding this tab that's in the front in last, just to kind of make that smooth edge there. And there we go. All right, now at this point, put your mini cupcake inside. I also would recommend probably putting the CSP on when you put the window, but that's okay. You can do it if you forget like me. This is a piece of our beautiful Valentine paper called All My Love, and it's Flirty Flamingo and Lovely Lipstick. It's a fun color combination. This piece measures 1 7/8 by 1 3/8. All right, now you put your cupcake in there, and then you put your little tabs together. See how that is? It's like a milk carton. That's why I folded these backwards, because it's just going to kind of go together and stand up tall like a milk carton. Take your 1/8 inch handheld punch 2 holes in there, and then I am using the beautiful Meant to Be Flirty Flamingo ribbon. This ribbon comes in a combo pack. You get a bolt of this ribbon, and you get a bolt of a much wider, I'm talking and I can't thread the hole. It's much wider, lovely lipstick with a white stitching on it ribbon. It's so beautiful. And they both coordinate with that Valentine paper. I love how Stampin' Up! Always has their colors and accessories coordinating. It really does make project making really simple. You don't have to spend a lot of time digging around, finding things that coordinate. All right, let's tie that. It's kind of difficult when the box is so light. It wants to wiggle. There we go. So pretty. Let's even it out. And I think we just need to trim this one a little bit. All right, one last thing we're going to do is stamp the sentiment. Actually, 2 last things. I've got this tiny heart here. Let me tell you where this tiny heart is from. This is a framelit set called the Stitched Labels, and that's it. And it's so cute. I use it quite a bit. And all I'm going to do is take that and just add it down here to the corner like that. All right, now I have cut one of our stitched rectangles. This is the smallest one, and we're going to put it right there. We're going to use that lovely lipstick that I told you coordinates in the paper, and we're going to stamp Celebrate Your Day. This is more of like a birthday cupcake. If you wanted to make this more of a Valentine's cupcake, just change the sentiment. This set actually has another one that would work great, Sweet Wishes. I believe that would fit perfectly in there, and Sprinkled with Love. So any of those would be perfect for Valentine's Day or just thinking of you, just something to brighten someone's day. All right, I'm going to stick this on with a Stampin' Dimensional and call it done. Ah, it's crooked. And let's try it again. Call it done. There we go. All right, you guys, there you have it. A fun and relatively easy cupcake box to make. I think these would be great to give out on Valentine's Day, or even as like a party favor, or just a thinking of you gift for friends and coworkers. All right, make sure you hop over and grab that PDF off my blog and get making these yourself. Thanks, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.